Hi friends, Tracy.bish here, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. Welcome to Tracy's Sunday Challenge. It is Sunday the 18th of February, also known as my daughter's birthday. This week's theme is rainbows, and I'm loving this theme. I think so many people are going to be creative. What's really great is you can be as creative as you like, or you can keep it really simple, so completely up to you, and I'd love it if you joined in. So I'm starting off with my basic white thick cardstock. This is A4 piece. I've just cut straight down in half. I'm just going to score it in half, and then we're going to cut down that second half into a matting piece. So I'm just making it, I think, about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch smaller on each side. So just a little bit of a matting. Now I'm using two really great products from both the mini and the annual catalogue today, and I'll tell you those as we come around and get through with them. The technique I'm using today's card is Emboss Resist. Now if you've been following me for a little while, you know that my favourite technique is embossing, but Emboss Resist is one of those wow techniques just as much as embossing. So here is the Enduring Beauty stamp set. It can be found on page 38 of the mini catalogue. It also has matching masks, decorative masks that you can use to create the colour in this whole image. What I really love is this is a big floral stamp, so it makes light work of a card and makes it really super simple. So one tip I'm going to give you for this card is when you have such a large stamp, make sure that you pop it down onto a block, and then to ink it up, you're going to take the ink pad to your stamp. This will ensure that it is well covered. It will also make sure that it's nice and even in the coverage. So that's really, really, really important with a large stamp, and it's so much easier to ink up the stamp with bringing the ink pad over to the stamp. So I did run my embossing buddy over that piece of basic white thick matting. I'm going to stamp over the top, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to press down. There's a lot of detail in this stamp, and it is a really large image, so you want to make sure that you're getting all those areas nice and stamped properly. Now I did ink up in the Versamark ink, because we're going to heat emboss with the white embossing powder. So here we have the embossing powder. The embossing buddy will make sure that there's no stray powders, so I highly recommend not skipping that, especially if it's cardstock that you maybe have played around with it a little bit. You have oils in your hands and that can get stuck on your paper and you end up having everything stick to it. Look how pretty this is. Sometimes you really can't see on the camera how pretty the image is, especially when we're heat embossing in white on white cardstock, but let me tell you, it is absolutely gorgeous, and it will show so well once we add our colour. It'll just sort of pops off the page, which is fantastic. So you can see you're melting it with the heat tool until it goes nice and melted. So I'm going to create my rainbow with our inks. Now the colours I've chosen are Balmy Blue, Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, Calypso Coral and Highland Heather. I've created my own rainbow, and I really hope that you'll give this card either a go by creating this same card or creating a card for this week's challenge using the rainbow theme. Always really good. Now if you're in need of any of the supplies that I've used on today's card, you can certainly purchase them in my online store. There is a link in the description of this video. I have amazing gifts to give out to all my customers. So every customer who purchases and uses this month's host code, also in the description of this video, will receive this month's handmade card, which is a surprise card using Hooray for Surprises stamp set. You also receive the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle, which has 12 amazing cards in it using the Up in the Air suite from the mini catalogue. So 2 free items just for shopping with me. If you spend over $65 in product using that host code, you will also receive this month's bundle tutorial. So there is 50 tutorials in this month's bundle. Now to add the sentiment down, I'm using the beautiful Wanted to Say dies. You can find them on page 35 of the annual catalogue. And these are one of those ones that are hidden in the catalogue a little bit. And it's one that I've only just purchased a few months ago, and I'm super excited because it makes so easy of a job to add a sentiment using these dies. Now they have 2 dies for each sentiment, a matting as well as the solid image. So I really love it. I'm using some adhesive sheets for the sentiment. And with the sentiment, I've used Celebrate. This is actually my daughter's birthday card. It's her birthday today. And I wanted to use the very delicate Celebrate in the set. There's also a little bubble that can be die cut as well. But I wanted to just leave it nice and really delicate and beautiful. So we're just die cutting that straight from basic black cardstock. And this will help, it'll be sticky and ready to go once I pop it down on my card. Now, once we have all our layers of our inks down using the blending brushes, I'll have a tip for you with the blending brushes. Now, if you have a heavy hand, which I do, I got this tip from a good friend and a follower saying to make sure that you hold the blending brush a little bit back in the handle. If you have a heavy hand, that will ensure that you're not too heavy of a hand and leaving lots of swirls on your card. So I did that today. It worked. So thank you so much for that tip. What an amazing tip to give, and it'll help me out a lot. Now, and I've just stuck my Celebrate down. Now you just take the backing off. It's a lot like our tear and tape backing, so you just pull that off and it sticks straight down. Because we have heat embossed this piece of basic white, I'm using my tear and tape to secure it down to our card base. Normally you don't have to use so much tear and tape, but the heat embossing has sort of warped it a little bit, and I like to give my cards and know that they're going to last for years. If someone wants to pull them out and have a look at them, they're not going to be falling apart. So I like to be a little bit careful with that, and it's my daughter's card, so I certainly want to make sure that it's a really well made card. And I'm just going to finish off with a couple of simple little rhinestones. Now this is absolutely gorgeous. I love how it turned out. Very, very subtle and absolutely beautiful and perfect for her birthday card. One thing I will say is if you just take once you've added all your inks, if you take a clean dry cloth and rub over it, that will take any ink that's sitting on the surface of that embossing powder, and it'll really make it just pop off the page. So super quick and absolutely beautiful. Now I hope that you've enjoyed today's card. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. I would love it if you left me a comment. You can hit the subscribe button, or you can share this with your family and friends. I would love it if you did that as well. If you're in need of the supplies, like I said before, you can purchase them in my online store. And if you would like to join in this week's Sunday challenge, all you need to do is take a photo of your card or project, head over to my business Facebook page, and then find that post and pop it in the comments section. Pop your photo in the comments section. I'd love for you to share your creativity and inspire others to help create for them as well. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your weekend, and I'll be back again really soon with another card and a project for you. Until then, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.